I like to think that I'm a little bit different from all other YouTubers. A lot of the watches that I talk about here on my channel, I put my money where my mouth is. I buy a lot of these watches. Today we're going to be talking about the best Timex that you could buy right now. Almost every single watch on this list I have purchased, or I will be purchasing. There's one that's on this list I haven't purchased yet, but I'm in the process of trying to get one. Let's get right into my list. This is a list of Timex that I think you should be paying attention to. Last year I bought a Timex that I wasn't 100% on. That was the Timex Eline, the 1983 reissue. I really liked the vintage versions, but I wasn't too sure about this new version. It looked a little bit too thick. I thought it might be too small, but when I got it hands-on, I was extremely impressed. This is a very classic looking watch. It's a TV screen watch, so it's like a square case. You get an acrylic crystal and an automatic movement. Now, most of the automatic movements that Timex were using at this time are Miyota based. This was a Miyota 8000 series. In stainless steel with one of those stretchy bracelets. I got the silver dial. They've come out with a number of new dials. These are extremely popular. They cost $279, and a few of my friends, after seeing mine, have bought these watches. They've come out with Tiffany dials, gold versions with green dials. Inexpensive, really nicely made. They're not going to blow you away for quality, but they are reliable, really good looking, automatic, and $279 gets you a lot of watch for the money. The next watch on this list is yet another affordable automatic watch. When I first saw it, I was immediately impressed by its good looks and overall design. I was really impressed that it was an original design and not a reissue of an old design from Timex's catalog. This was something completely new. It's the Timex Marlin Jet, a jet era inspired take on the Marlin. It gets a huge domed acrylic crystal. It has an inner bezel, which is just a weird structure within the case. You have a bowl-shaped dial, lots of different colors now. They've made a chronograph version, they've made a quartz version, and they've made a few different automatic versions. Some with a 24-hour subdial, some without. All of them have crosshair dials, automatic starting at around $329, and again, you're getting a Miyota 8000 series. These are incredibly impressive watches for the money with tons of character. If you like the Jet era, if you like Art Deco design, these are amazing for the price. I've owned two of them, the chronograph and the automatic. I highly recommend the automatic if you're only gonna get one, and go for the one without the 24-hour dial. I like the one I have the 24-hour dial. I would get the one without it. Moving slightly up in price, but way up in specs, we're talking about the Expedition North and Expedition Pioneer collection. Specifically, the one that I have is the Expedition North GMT. When this watch came out, I had to have it. It sort of looks like a Black Bay Pro a little bit, but in my opinion, I think that this watch is better looking. It's in full titanium, and now they make it on a titanium bracelet as well. So you're getting a titanium case, bracelet, crown, bezel, the whole 9 yards. You're getting an automatic movement inside. The GMT gets an NH34, so you're getting a slightly higher end movement. It's a Seiko movement inside. It's a GMT. You're getting loom blocks, 200 meters of water resistance. You're getting a sapphire crystal. These watches are completely spec'd out for the price, and they come in at around $600, depending on the version that you're getting. If you get it on the bracelet, it's a little bit more money. If you get it on a rubber strap, it's a little less money. You can get one that's a GMT or not a GMT. You're still getting that Seiko movement. It looks almost exactly the same. Of course, you're not getting a GMT functionality. That's basically it. And those are slightly less money as well. Really awesome watches, great functionality, great specs. I think they're really good looking, and one of the best Timex watches currently made. Speaking of full titanium, one of the best looking dive watches that Timex currently make is the Water Reef 200. The 41 millimeter in full titanium is a gorgeous watch. You're getting a full titanium case, full titanium bracelet, bezel, crown, case back. These are automatics as well. They make quartz versions, but the full titanium version is automatic. Again, you're getting full loom blocks, 200 meters of water resistance, sapphire crystals, really 1970s inspired case, which is reminiscent of divers from the 1970s. This is not a homage to any one watch. It looks like a lot of different watches. And I think they pulled this watch off perfectly. It's a really great size, like I said, at 41 millimeters, and it's just really, really good looking at $689, somewhere in that range, depending if you want the bracelet or not. I think that is a great price for such a good looking diver. Speaking about good looking divers, the Water Reef is a very good looking diver, but they also make a larger version in 43 millimeters that's more affordable and made out of extruded carbon fiber. So this is a carbon fiber case. It's a lightweight, more rugged version of the Water Reef 200. It's called the XCF. It's larger, like I said, 43 millimeters, but you are getting a much lighter case, and everything else, all the other components, I believe are in stainless steel, not titanium, but that does not add a lot of weight to this watch. Only the bezel, the case back, and the crown are made out of stainless steel. That's actually really good because all of the touch points are made out of stainless steel. It tells you that they are really thinking through these watches. It comes on a really nice strap. Everything about this watch looks more expensive than it actually is. You get a textured dial that is sunburst. I really love the XCF, and this is yet another watch that I have in my collection that I probably will never sell because it's such a good value, coming in at around $299. And I do want to throw in one more Water Reef. This is one that I currently don't own. It's a Water Reef 200. This is a quartz diver that they just recently came out with. However, they have added a multi-link bracelet, a J-style bracelet on it. And I think this is a really good looking watch for $299. I just wanted to mention this as an honorable mention. I have not bought this yet. I have toyed with buying it, but I have not done it yet. I might in the future, and I would love to make a video about it here on my channel. The last two watches on this list are the most expensive watches on this list. One of them is the watch that's on my wrist today. This is the newest and one of the most expensive Timex that they make currently. They have made more expensive Timex than this watch, but right now this is probably the most expensive Timex that they are making. It comes in at $1,450 on a bracelet, $1,350 on a strap. That's how I have it on a strap. I should have gotten it on the bracelet. However, I have a plan to buy another watch that will come on the bracelet, and I believe they are swappable, so I'm waiting for one of them to come back in stock. We'll talk about that in just a second. But this is the GMT 24 M1A. These are Giorgio Galli designs. Giorgio Galli was a very instrumental person. He is the designer, the head designer at Timex, and he is really the person behind Atelier Timex, or Timex Atelier, whatever they're calling it. These are their higher end watches that they've been coming out with for a few years now. Most of them have skeletonized cases like this watch, and sapphire crystals, higher end movements, higher end bracelets. It's extremely well made. You have that skeletonized case with a midsection that's PVD coated in black. You're getting 100 meters of water resistance, a beautiful boxed domed sapphire crystal, a beautiful enameled black dial. It's a GMT. You're getting a Lantern movement inside, a Lantern GMT. It's a movement that's used by a few other brands like Nevada Grenchen and a few of its sister brands. They are essentially ETA clone. Overall, I think these are incredibly good looking watches, but they are exquisitely made. When you get one in hand, you will immediately notice how nicely the cases are finished and how nicely the cases are made, how detailed and clean the dials are. These are many steps above what you normally get from Timex, and Timex have really been stepping up their game lately, so that tells you a lot about these Timex Ateliers. They are beautiful. The last watch on this list, and you're probably not going to be surprised about this because of the way I just talked about the last watch that is actually on my wrist, it is their new diver from Timex Atelier. That's also a 41 millimeter watch. It's $1,050, but that's on the bracelet. And the bracelet on this has this quick release system that you could change links very quickly. I really love that they've put this on even inexpensive watches in their collection, but their most expensive watches as well. Even though this is not their most expensive watch, it's just slightly more expensive than their all titanium diver, so it's not a huge step up. This is in full stainless steel rather than titanium, but I think it's such a really luxurious watch for the price. You're getting 200 meters of water resistance, a sapphire crystal again. It's boxed and domed. You're getting a unidirectional bezel that is made out of ceramic. That ceramic is domed. It looks so good. Lots of lume on these watches, both of these watches. And you're getting that skeletonized case again with that midsection that is PVD coated in black. Swiss automatic again inside this watch. This has a slightly lesser known automatic movement inside, but again, it's a Swiss made automatic. It's really nicely finished. It's from a brand called Catena, and I believe it's called the CA100 or something like that. When you turn it over, it's a good looking movement. I'm not sure about the reliability of this movement. I'm not sure why they went with this brand rather than maybe a Landerdon automatic. I think they wanted something a little bit bigger that would fill out the case back. That could be the reason, but whatever the reason is, I would definitely buy this watch and not worry about that movement. They offer a warranty because it's just an ETA clone. I'm not really all that worried about serviceability with a movement like this. Again, this is a watch that I want to have in my collection, but I don't currently because they have sold out so many times. There currently is a wait list for these watches, and I think that they will be making deliveries in June. I am putting an order in for one of these watches. I have not done it yet because I was hoping that one would hit eBay that I could buy and get right away, but that has not happened, unfortunately. But that is my list. Those are all of the Timex right now that I think you guys should pay attention to, check out, if you're looking for something that is an extremely good value and you want a name like Timex on your wrist. I'm a big fan of Timex. I know there are a lot of people, usually in the comments, who have something to say that is negative about Timex, and I completely understand that. For a while, they were not making the watches that they are making today. Even though I was a fan of them then, they have started stepping up their game, and I am on board for the ride, and I'm really enjoying what they're doing. I enjoy Timex in general, and if you want Timex information, obviously, I am one of the few channels that covers most of their releases here on my channel. So definitely hit that like button, subscribe. If you haven't already, I really do appreciate it. That's really it, guys. Thank you for logging on. Thank you for watching this video. Again, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.